Alright, I figured I'm going to use this opportunity to pretty much show you how to plug up a boiler tube. Because currently I have a leak on one of my boiler tubes. I don't know if you can see it. Let me try to zoom in for you. As you can see the water dripping right there. Cut the circle of the pump off. I just got finished cleaning the strainers. Pretty much what I'm doing is I'm removing the clamps off of the boiler door. And more than likely, this is a tube in the lower section. Doing this in the meantime, I do understand that I have a couple of people asking me questions or advice about steam heating systems and how to operate them, and some people are saying that they're having a hard time getting some heat into certain radiators. I can give a couple of quick pointers. Again, I'm putting all my clamps and bolts and washers at. Seems like you can't move it. Guess what is leaking? You take a look up there. I got one of the top of tubes leaking. Now this is a part of the job that I really don't like. It's fucking with this dirty ass heavy oil boiler. I actually did have a passion for it. But now as you get older, and you're working with this filthy ass shit. These heavy oil boilers. Honestly, wow, this one really fits. Yeah, buddy. of the time when you're dealing with shit like this, you find yourself having to improvise. And, come up with options, so to speak. As you see how filthy this plug is, right? I'm trying to file it down just a bit. Let me open the door. The only good news about this is if it's a top tube, then I don't have to crawl inside of that small ass manhole that's at the back of this boiler. Because quite frankly, my shoulders are too broad to fit in there. I can't even fit in like I used to. When I was 20, 21 years old, a little skinny ass motherfucker. I was able to crawl in there because I was a lot thinner. Now, for those of you that might have a problem with the language that I'm using, just understand when you're actually on this job, dealing with plumbers and electricians, even chefs, from what I understand, this is the norm. Cursing and whatnot. Honestly, cursing is one thing that kind of helped me bear with this bullshit just a little better. Now, it's not really mandatory to file these down, but I just like nice, clean shit whenever I work. I don't like rust and gook all over my plugs. Once I get everything situated, I'm gonna plug the cat up and I'll show you exactly how to do it. A couple of things that I need in order to finish this up here. And I'm only gonna plug this thing up one time. So what you basically do when you plug in a boiler tube, is you use yourself some thin rags if you can, nothing too thick because it'll kind of mess up the plug. But not mess up the plug, it just won't, it'll cause it not to fit in the way it should. You want to cut it. At about 3 or 4 or 5 inches of a width. So we'll plug up properly. But depending on how you wrap it up, it'll still hold it properly. It doesn't matter. Now, once you've got that established, what you do here is this: take your boiler plug, take the cloth, and you wrap it right. You might have to soak it a little something inside of some water just to get it to stick. Now, one of the common problems when you deal with this bullshit, like it sits right up here. Fucking great. The light being one of them, so we're going to have to do something different with that. I'm going to put it right over here. I don't have time to add this shit forward. Okay, now that we've got this accomplished, now here's what we're going to do. Take this piece of shit here, put it inside this top motherfucker here. Just to get the hold up in there. Push this piece of shit all the way back. Just get the fuck over there. Pissing me off. Alright. Now you see what I'm doing here? Here's the light, here's the plug. This raggedy motherfucker right here is what I'm taking care of. You zoom in on that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. Here's how we're going to do this. Shit. Since there's a little space, you got to improvise a little something. Plug this raggedy shit up. Since it's the upper plug, I really shouldn't have much of a problem. Just pretty much when it boils down to the lower plugs, and you got something to worry about. And apparently I do have other problems on this boiler, which I will address soon enough, like my backflow preventer valve. This thing is old as fuck, so it's leaking. And it leaks when the automatic water feed kicks in and fills the boiler with water. This raggedy motherfucker right here will do it. It's fucking gross. Get all the water out of here so I can re-seat the bottom tubes of leaking, which I don't think they are.
Damn.
Hopefully not. Apparently I have to watch my work uniform. For those of you that think this is some easy shit, this is a nasty goddamn job. For those of you who are not into work like this, maybe this will give you a different level of respect for men who actually do this line of work because it's not easy. It's rather disgusting, and honestly, of all these years of dealing with this dirty motherfucker, I just dislike it altogether. I'd much rather deal with a gas boiler. But in this case, we're burning 6 oil. And apparently it looks like we're good down here. Doesn't look like we have the lower tube leaking, fortunately. So while we're good here, this stuff will cook its way out once I fire it back up. But I'll start preparing the back. Damn it, this dirty motherfucker. Get your ass over there. Shit. Okay.
Want the back one too?
What?
That one's thinking too?
Yeah, it's up here, so I gotta take this one off.
Oh, okay.
Piece of
Back,
shit. It is like a fucking dust.
oh, loud and shit.
Yeah. Let me try this one. This one is, I got no place to strap this on.
It's just right here, right there.
Just like that. Like I said, this is something that's really these things are like this. I personally think that manufacturers design shit cheaper and cheaper nowadays. They don't want nothing to last. So they look to replace PBM tubes. They change all the tubes out to this fucking boiler. And you still get the same problem. I've seen it happen countless times again and again. One area to really helps minimize this problem. What a lot of people don't realize is that the flame might be just a little too big inside the combustion chamber, and if too much heat hits the heat exchanger tubes, that causes the tubes to rot out. Well, yeah, as far as people that want me to do more, or give some advice, more advice on the heating systems, I'll be doing a video separately on the heating system itself, as far as how to get heat inside your radiator or whatever. And I'll explain you some of the various reasons. A separate video on that and why a lot of people have a problem when it comes down to heat in certain cases when you don't even control it. If you do control your own heat, I'll be showing you different tactics of being able to manipulate your system to get heat into hard to reach areas. This is of course all for steam systems. Because that's what I deal with. I would like to venture more into the hot water system. So I can give more of a tutorial about that as well. One other thing about these clamps that I have that I'm loosening up from this boiler. These clamps are made of a cast iron. Why they did that, I'm not sure. I guess in case there was a small explosion or whatever, I guess the doors would come off before something worse happening. I mean, that's just my assumption. I don't know whether it's accurate or not. I'm gonna have to slowly open this
Fucking
up.
dirt.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna open it up slowly. So I fucking minimize this shit. Disgusting, filthy ass fucking boilers. My work uniform's already gonna get fucked up, so I'm not even gonna wear it. here we go. I see your ass leaking. This one's got some weight to it too. Don't let me fool you because it might appear that I'm going around pretty easily. That door is heavy as hell. I see you, motherfucker. That's what I'm talking about. Leaking ass, fucking dirty boiler tools. Not necessarily mine, but I'm trying to put this shit in here. This shit hold up dirty shit. Okay, can you see it good?
Yeah.
Can you see it? I can't see!
I can't see.
Alright, let me try to angle this damn thing off.
There we go. These fucking tools, man.
That shit is a pain in the ass. What the fuck? Yeah, buddy! Technically, you don't want to hammer them shits. God damn, I got this shit. Fuck. Technically, you don't want to hammer it too hard. So the hammer I got there has a little weight to it, but it's not a metal hammer. Even though I normally do use a metal hammer. It's doing it. I knew it, motherfucker. You ain't doing that shit. Hey, buddy. Get your ass up.
Hold it.
Yeah, just hold it if you can, so I'll get the first clamp on it. On this motherfucker. Just to get it secure. This normally happens with the boiler in the beginning of the heating season, normally when I first fire it up. Okay, so it's secure right here. And the next thing when it comes down to these here, you don't want to tighten them in too hard because they will break on you. As I mentioned before, these clamps are made out of cast iron.
This door, this is cast iron too, right?
No, that's a steel door.
Steel. Okay.
Everything causes it to act out of pocket, so you have to really kind of know what you're doing when it comes down to the things and things. Yeah, I'm very specific. I like my boiler running clean as possible. I don't like no smoke coming out of my boiler. I have two of these machines. This is just one of them. I have another one that I deal with in another building that I maintain. Even though bottom door for the boiler. This little manhole entrance is narrow as hell.
It's this small.
I really hate it when they try to, when I have to go inside of this. Normally I won't even do it anymore because I can't even fit inside of this damn thing. Whoever constructed the design of this boiler and built them like this, because just about every Scotch Marine boiler that's made like this has this setup. I think it needs to be,
Yeah, to me it should be like
a bigger door should be cut out.
like that.
Because you got more than enough space. Because here's the next problem. Point the camera in for a second. Whenever you're plugging lower boiler tubes, you never want to do it while the boiler is hot. Never. I did this while the boiler was hot, but this is the top of the boiler. I knew if anything goes wrong, I can easily jump out. The reason why I say that is because you're inside of this manhole. It's not easy to get in that manhole, and it's not easy to get out of the manhole. If you're plugging a boiler tube and half of your body is submerged inside of this thing, especially if you're by yourself and another tube were to go bad, or just completely burst or explode on you, that's going to be 180-degree water or 212-degree water, however hot this machine is. That'll be the same temperature of the water pouring down on you. It'll easily melt your skin right off your body. So what you want to do whenever you're dealing with stuff like that is you want to wait till the boiler gets. I mean, it doesn't have to get cold, but I would crawl inside of it if it's lukewarm. But normally I don't even do that anymore because it's just I really can't fit in there. I've put on more mass over the years, so I'm not the same size I once was in there 10 years ago. But in any event, anytime you see mechanics come in to fix your boiler, when they're doing boiler welding, they'll never get inside of it when it's hot. As a matter of fact, if they come in and the boiler's hot, they'll probably tell you that they'll come back the next day to do the job and tell you to cut it off the night before. Now, normally to cool the boiler down, you don't have to let it cool down overnight if you need to go in there and just plug a tube. What you can do, however, is you can shut it off, open the back door, and open the two front doors. You don't have to open up this top door unless it's one of the upper two that are leaking. But you can open up this door here and the two front doors. And sometimes, or what I normally do, if I don't feel like going through all that, I'll open maybe this back door here and I'll open up the burner door and I'll let the air go in through there. And I'll let it cool down for about maybe 2.5 hours. How long it takes to get this thing to cool down. And then I'll go in and do what I gotta do. But as far as cooling inside of a hot boiler, I don't give a fuck what your landlord or your boss or your supervisor tells you to do. You never cool inside of a hot boiler, period. Because if something goes wrong, you might not survive. And I've actually heard somebody getting killed or getting scolded to death. This is a while ago, but I'm not sure how true it is, but I wouldn't doubt it. Okay, one thing that I've noticed, anytime it comes down to burning 4 or 6 oil, usually you can tell you have a good combustion or a good burn when the inside of your tubes comes out to be like a whitish, reddish type of color. And you can see how it's kind of like a whitish, reddish kind of color. But when you have a bad burn with a heavy grade of oil, you open up the combustion chamber and you see, or you open the tube section, and you see nothing but pure black. That's when you know you got a real terrible burn. It's just smoking, it's just got all kinds of nonsense going on. So apparently, as you can see, this is a clean burn. Now, why is it that the color is different for number 2, 4, and 6 oil? I'm not exactly sure, but this is just what I've observed over the years, burning all 3 grades of oil. Nice and in place. Whenever I put these clamps back in place, I like to start off with this first. Is it zoomed in on or I was looking at it?
Oh yeah, okay.
Just keep on me when I'm spoken. Whenever I do these, I like to start with the edges first. And I'll secure these in place properly. And I'll gradually work my way to the rest of the boiler. And you can see how filthy my work uniform is. It went from black to shitty in a second.